morning, guys and gals. Happy Monday to you on this cloudy Monday morning. Hopefully, everybody on your end's healthy, wealthy, and wise. Moreover, hopefully, everybody got outside to enjoy the beautiful weather on Sunday. I know personally, the whole family was out for us. My daughters were playing, I was mowing, and the boss, she was painting, so it worked out really well. Hopefully, you got to enjoy that time. Really focus on what you have during these unique times, you know what I mean? But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with the probability ideologies. We're going to focus on expected value, which, from a probability standpoint, is probably one of the more important topics, just in my humblest opinion, because it applies to business all the time. It's how businesses derive, your car insurance. It's how businesses derive my life insurance, how much they're going to charge me. Yeah, in a very basic sense, but we'll knock out the notes. Only 3 questions in the notes, and then same deal with the PDF. Pretty simple PDF. Um, Make sure you have a calculator handy because the numbers get pretty big pretty fast. Without further ado, let's do this thing. First time to pause the video, grab a piece of paper, pencil, calculator for yourself. Um, yeah, like I said, let's do it. So, we want to talk about expected value. Let's say you have $100 and can invest in a stock. The returns are volatile. That means you never know what you're going to get. And you may either get $120 with a probability of 0.4 or $90 with a probability of 0.06. And I should have added here, what we're looking for is our expected value. So when it comes to expected value, we always take our probabilities and we multiply it by the outcomes. So the initial 100, that's important, but you'll see how that plays at the very end. And sorry for getting sidetracked. We take our $120, which we could make. We take that 120 and we multiply it by the probability of us making it. In this case, we multiply it by 0.4. To that, we're going to add our other probability. We're going to add the fact that we could end up with $90 with a probability of 0.6. Notice I multiply my 120 times 0.4. I multiply my 90 times 0.6. After we multiply those, you can add them together. Feel free to type it all in one line in your calculator. Just like I've said hundreds of times, make sure that we type correctly because there is no autocorrect on this. Okay. When we figure all this out, our expected value for our stock is $102. Now you might say, that's great, Mr. Herr, but what does that tell us? Compared to the original $100, it looks like we expect to make, on average, a little bit of money. So even though this investment is volatile, is it worth making this investment? Well, yeah, it's definitely worth making this investment because even though your money's going up just a little bit, if you continue to invest and invest and invest and invest and invest and invest, suddenly that little bit of money becomes greater and greater and greater all the time. So this actually works out. This would be a good investment. Now, just for the record, because I don't want you thinking like, oh, I did this math problem, now I'm ready to throw my money in the stock market. It's not quite that simple in the real world, but hey, it's the baseline of what we're talking about. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Suppose a life insurance company sells a $260,000 one-year term life insurance policy to a 21-year-old female for $200. Okay, the probability that she survives the year is 0.999599. Compute and interpret the expected value of this policy to the insurance company. Okay, so This one's harder. There's no way around it. It's just the way it's worded. They want this young lady, and this is going to sound morbid, but they want this young lady to survive. Not only because hopefully they're a good company and they have morals, but also because if she survives, they make $200. So from the company's standpoint, they have an opportunity to make $200 with the probability of 99.599. Oh, excuse me, 99.9599. Okay. That's the chances that she survives. Okay. But let's talk about it. What if she doesn't survive? And no, I'm not trying to be morbid. But this is exactly how insurance companies work. Okay. If she doesn't survive, the insurance company is paying out $260,000. So I'm going to write this down. But from the insurance aspect, this would need to be a negative right here. If you're saying, why, mister? Because they're paying out that money. From their point of view, their aspect, it's a loss. Well, what's the probability that that happens? Well, it's the complement to this. So what I'm saying when I say complement, take 1.000000, no, you don't need all those zeros, minus the chances that she survives, aka what's the chances that unfortunately she doesn't make it? Well, it's 401 millionths. Okay. Then, as we said before, type this in the calculator and go. When you figure out this mathematics, you end up with 95 and to the nearest cent, 66 cents. That means for every person the insurance company insures, they expect to make $95.66. They're going to take and offer this deal because they're making just under $100 for every person that buys this life insurance. Okay, they like those odds. Okay, and this is exactly how insurance works. Last but not least, an insurance company did research on the auto insurance claims of a 30 to 35-year-old with the following results. What is the minimum the insurance company would charge for a year? Why is the minimum not enough? Okay. So we have all these claims, we have the probability. It's very simple, folks. Take what you would claim, in this case 0, times the probability, 0.70. Then add that to our following, 2,000 times 0.15. Add that to the following, 4,000 times 0.08. You get the idea here. And notice our probabilities are going down, and that makes sense because you expect most people to have no auto accidents. And then there's the fender bender and the bigger fender bender, and then there's the holy mackerel, that just happened kind of thing. And hopefully you've never been through one of those, but I know personally I've been through one of those holy mackerel, that just happened. Okay. You run the quick math and you realize that when you run this expected value, it's $1,100. That's the minimum they would have to charge for a year. Okay. Why would that not be enough? Why do the insurance companies not charge you a minimum? Because here, in theory, they're just breaking even. They would charge you, just for argument's sake, if they expected it to be $1,100 in out cost, well, they'll probably charge you $1,700 because they had a lot of overhead. Why is the minimum not enough? Because they still have to pay their employees. All right. Hey, hopefully expected value is not too bad. Without further ado, have a good day. Talk to you later. Peace.